Hi children, good morning to one and all. This is Sudharani. In previous class we had discussed about the homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, so what is solution, solute and solvent? In this class we can discuss finding of heterogeneous mixtures like suspensions and colloidals. Suspension and colloidals. Okay, see, take two test tubes. Take two test tubes. In one test tube there is a chalk powder. In one test tube there is a chalk powder. In the second test tube there is a milk. In second test tube there is a milk. Add water to both of the test tubes. Add water to both the test tubes. Okay. And stir it well with a glass rod. Stir them well with a glass rod. Okay. Keep them aside. Keep them aside. After few seconds, what we can see? Okay. After dissolving, if you stir with the glass rod, what we can find? If we kept aside for a 10 minutes after settling, what we can see? Otherwise, if you filter, what will happen? See first, when we stir with the glass rod, the chalk powder will not dissolve in the water. The chalk powder does not dissolve in the water. Okay. It remains throughout the test tube as a particles. We can see the tiny particles with our naked eye. Whereas compared to the milk, when we stir with the glass rod, the milk will distributed uniformly in the test tube. The milk and water are mixed uniformly. Second one, if we kept aside, what will happen? The chalk powder will settle up. The chalk powder will settle upside and water will remain downside. But whereas in the milk and water, the separation is not take place. The separation will not take place. Next, third point. If you filter, what will happen? If we filter, the chalk powder will left on the filter paper. The chalk powder will left on the filter paper. Whereas the milk will not remain any dust particles or nothing will present in the milk. Okay. Next, since we know that in the first test tube, the chalk powder was not dissolved in the water. So it is a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, in first test tube it is a heterogeneous mixture. We know that the chalk powder is not dissolved in the water. The chalk powder does not dissolve in the water. So the first test tube is a heterogeneous mixture. First test tube is a heterogeneous mixture. So it is called suspension. It is called suspension. Okay, the suspension means in which solids will not dissolve in liquids. The solids will not dissolve in liquids. For example, sand and water, oil and water are example for suspension. Okay, when compared to the second one, water and milk are uniformly distributed. Water and milk are uniformly distributed in second test tube. We think that it is a homogeneous mixture, but we can see the milk particles. We can see the milk particles with our naked eye. We can see the milk particles with our naked eye. So it is a heterogeneous mixture. Such type of solution is called colloidal solutions. Such type of solutions are called colloidal solutions. Okay, see again I am explaining ma. In the first test tube, water and chalk powder are not uniformly distributed. The chalk powder does not dissolve in water. So it is a heterogeneous mixture. Such type of heterogeneous mixtures are called suspensions. Okay. In second test tube, the milk and water are uniformly distributed. But we can see the milk particles which are very small. We can able to see with our naked eye. So such type of solutions are called colloidal solutions. We think that it is a homogeneous, but it is actually heterogeneous. It contains both the properties of solution. It contains both the properties of solution and suspension. Okay. So it is called colloidal dispersion. Yeah. So it is called a colloidal. So it is called a colloidal dispersion. So it is called a colloidal dispersion. This colloidal dispersion, okay, appears to homogeneous, but actually it is a heterogeneous. The colloidal dispersion seems to be homogeneous, but it is actually heterogeneous. Okay. Examples for colloidal solutions are milk, butter, cream, cheese, gel, okay, wood polish. All are examples for colloidal solutions. Okay. Milk, cream, butter, cheese, gel, wood polish, all are example for colloidal solutions. Okay, colloidal dispersion. Colloidal solutions are heterogeneous in nature. Okay, colloidal solutions are heterogeneous in nature. They exist in two phases. Okay, they exist in two phases. One is dispersion phase. Next one, dispersion. And dispersion medium. Okay, the colloidal solutions are heterogeneous in nature. They exist in two phases, dispersal. Okay, dispersal phase and dispersion medium. In dispersal phase, the size of the colloidals are very small. The size of the particles are 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Okay, in dispersal phase, the size of the particles are very small. The size of the particles are 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. Okay, the dispersion medium is the medium in which they are dispersed. Okay, in which the particles are dispersed. Okay, see again. In dispersal phase, the size of the particles are very small. The size of the particles is 1 nanometer to 100 nanometer. In dispersion media, the particles will disperse. Okay. In our day-to-day life, we can see many more examples of this dispersal phase and dispersal medium. Okay. When we pass a beam of light, okay, the light will be visible path. The scattering of a beam of light is called Tyndall effect. See, we know the dispersion medium, phase, colloidal type and examples. Gas, dispersion medium. Phase, liquid, colloidal type, aerosol. Example, fog, clouds, mist. And dispersion medium, gas, solid. Example, aerosol. Example, smoke. And dispersion medium is liquid. And dispersion phase is gas. Colloidal type is foam. Example, shaving cream. Next, dispersion medium liquid, phase also liquid. Colloidal type is emulsion. Example, milk. And dispersion medium is liquid, phase is solid. Example, solution type mud. Next, solid medium, phase gas. Colloidal type foam. Example, foam, rubber. Next, solid liquid, gel, jelly. Next, solid solution. Example, milky glass. Okay, here the dispersion medium, dispersal phase, colloidal type and example. Okay, in our daily life we can example the, okay, we can see the Tyndall effect. The Tyndall effect was given the scientist name. Who discovered? It is by the scientist Tyndall. Okay, if you went to a cinema theater, what will happen? They will close the doors and they will focus the light on the, okay, pass the light on the screen, theater screen. Okay, what we can see, the passing of the light and the dust particles also we can observe. the particles rising, and also we can observe. In the same way, in the kitchen also we can observe the what when the sun when foam vapors are coming out, when the sunrise is also coming means we can observe the sun rays falling and also the particles. In when we were walking on the road, there are full of the trees on both sides. When sunlight is passing, we can experience the Tyndall effect. We can see this is ice cream collider. Is ice cream collider. We know that how is ice cream prepared? By using milk. By using milk, water and flour, sugar, milk, sugar and flour. When we add milk, sugar, water and flour, and we have to churn it very well. After churning, we kept it in a deep freeze. After deep freeze, what will happen? It will become a cream. During churning, the air bubbles have break out. Air bubbles are nothing but a gas. Gas. In the same way, the milk contains proteins. The milk contains proteins which are solid. The milk contains the proteins which are solid. And in the same way, what is the liquid present there? Milk. Milk is the liquid. So it contains all components. So ice cream is a component which contains solids, liquids and gases. Solids, liquids and gases. Here the solid is a, what is the solid? We are adding sugar, milk, protein is the solid and the liquid is milk. And the gas is the air bubbles which we are breaking during the churning process. So we know that whether it is a collider or not. Next, now see the differences between suspension and collider. What are the differences between suspension and collider? Here suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. Suspension is a heterogeneous mixture and collider is also a heterogeneous. Heterogeneous. Suspension is also a heterogeneous. Second one, suspension is unstable. Colloidal is stable. It is unstable. Here it is quite stable. It is quite stable. Next, third one. In suspension, we can see the particles. We can see the particles with our naked eye. In suspension, the solid particles we can see with our naked eye. In collider also the particles are somewhat big. So we can see with our naked eye. We can see with our naked eye. Here we can see the particles with our naked eye. The beam of light. When we pass a beam of light, the particles will allow the light will travel through the path. When the particles are, when the particles settle down. See, I can explain. In suspension, the particles are the particles will not settle down. The particles will not settle down when undisturbed. When undisturbed means if you not disturb and keep the suspension particle aside, they will not settle. If they are not settled, if you pass a torchlight, the light will pass through them. When they are settled, they will not allow the light to pass through them. They will not allow the light to pass through them. In collider also they will allow the light to pass through them. In collider solutions, the light is pass through the solution. Pass through the solution. The particles will settle. The particles will settle down if it is undisturbed also. If it is undisturbed also. Next, fifth point. We can separate the suspension particles. We can separate the suspension particles. But collider particles can't able to separate. By using only, by using some techniques only we can separate. Through centrifuge. Only through centrifuge we can separate the colloidal particles. But we can separate the suspension particles. Okay, we can separate the suspension particles either through filtration or decantation. But colloidal particles will not separate through filtration or decantation. Only by using centrifuge, only we can separate the colloidal particles.